What's up, everybody? I'm Dear Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing Diablo 4 and we're introducing our first build for the rogue character. I started playing this game a couple days ago. I was on the fence. I asked a question on my community post and then people were like 50-50. I've never played a top-down game like this. I played a little bit of Diablo 3, but not too much to love it. But I was like, you know what? Let's dive into this and see what it's like. And oh my goodness, absolutely love the game. The build possibility, the DPS, the community, the events, the game feels alive. So we're about to go into my first rogue build. If you look at my boy right now, it looks like a Bloodborne cosplay because of the mask, the coat. It just looks so good. This transmog, if unlocked very early into the game, is for my Monster Hunter people. I'm a Monster Hunter creator typically. Is layered armor is available from the start, so my boy looks absolutely disgusting. So what does this build entail? This is an early build. I'm level 29, and what I have here is I am specializing in Fury, I am specializing in Shadow, I am specializing in vulnerable damage because it gives you a raw 20% attack bonus when you attack an enemy that's vulnerable, and my skill, my loadout, allows me to keep vulnerable uptime 100% of the time. So if you want to learn more about the build, make sure you subscribe and give the video a thumbs up because we put a lot of work into it. I think without further ado, let's dive in. So where should we start this beast? We'll start this beast with the abilities and we'll work backwards. So my abilities I'm currently using. So this is our abilities. You can do it earlier on. The more levels you are, the more points you can put into things, and the lower level you are, some abilities you might not be able to maximize as much. But so the goal is vulnerability. Vulnerability, what it does, vulnerable enemies take 20% increased damage. So I have, this is the best standard skill you can use for your basic, because one, you get it attacks really fast, two, you don't have to be so close to the enemy, and three, it's just absolutely disgusting. So I keep one level in here. I should upgrade this more as I level up. I will, but for now it's all I can afford. The most important thing in this skill is at this last level over here. Level 2 is cool. You gain 2 energy when puncturing enemies take or damage a crowd control enemy. Most importantly, this one, puncture now throws 3 blades in the spread, each dealing 35% of its base damage. Hitting each enemy at least with 2 blades will give you the vulnerable stat for 2 seconds. And I guess I'll just show you guys real quick. How do you know if an enemy is vulnerable? I'll show you. So vulnerable, let me find an enemy real quick. So this bear, you see this bear right now, when I attack it with 2 hits, it's vulnerable. You see its health bar has purple on it for 2 seconds. That means it has a very vulnerable stat on it, meaning every attack I do afterwards is gonna do 20% more damage, as you can see. So let me let the vulnerable go away. Boom, 26, 29. Look at that, 36, 38. So vulnerable is very important because it allows me to get that instant 20% damage buff. And like I told you, I have 20% uptime. And I told you this skill is good, because look at it. All I have to do is just, it's fast, it's quick, and allows me to get my vulnerable applied. Then I can go into my second ability, which I'm going to be talking about in a second. So now moving down the ability chain, next skill we're going to focus on is going to be our lovely Fury. What does Fury do? It unleashes a Fury, a stab and slashes, striking the enemy in front of you 4 times. So Fury, it does, let me show you real quick. Boom, hits all around you. But I actually have a legendary aspect on it as well, which allows the Fury to do 8% more damage, and also too, it strikes all the enemies around me in a 360 range, as you just saw in that last clip. So how did I get that imprint? Well, luckily when you go into the dungeon, there's one specifically for the rogue, and I'll show you in a second where it is. And this is what I'm talking about. You get this aspect of Encircling blades unlocked by completing the Forsaken Curie and Fractured Peaks. So do this one, then it allows you to get the ability where your Fury Strike does 8% more damage, and it hits in 360 radius. So moving along, I had to get this one as well because one, every time a Fury attacks a controlled or vulnerable enemy, you heal for 1% of your max HP 5 times, up to 12% of your maximum life. So it's health regen built in as well. Also too, moving along, if Fury hits a vulnerable enemy, it'll make all enemy hit by the cast vulnerable as well for 3 seconds. Meaning, if I hit a crowd full of enemies and one of them is Fury, the whole crowd gets Fury on them as well, which allows me to have even more damage when I hit my Fury again to do additional attack as well, getting that extra 20% damage increase. For my long range, I have penetrating straw shot because it's good. It does really good damage. It makes me, if I'm in a distance and I want to just continue to keep my distance and hit some big enemies, I could use that and just snipe them out. Moving down, I have dash. Dash one level up because one, it helps you get the heck out of the way instantly, which is very, very beneficial when needing with the rogue, because sometimes you're squishy, but this build I'm not that squishy. But in case you were, I would highly recommend it. This weapon master is good because it gives you just raw overall damage to whatever weapon you're using, so that's why it's like just healthy to use. Now if you notice too, make sure real quick, make sure you have these two checked off, because what it does is it allows you to get more information on your customization when you're looking over skills with your characters. For instance, you see here it says healthy characters have 80% more of their health. So if I'm with a rogue and I'm using a dagger, I do 10% increased damage to healthy enemies, which is the ones that are essentially I just walk up to. So I can one shot a lot more enemies instantly. So dash, I have one level of it. This skill I got from one of my armor pieces, so disregard that. Over here, I got this from armor piece as well. Poison trap is good because this build, you're melee, you're not necessarily moving a lot, you're standing still. You can put the poison and just start doing your fury and just destroying everything. And poison is doing additional damage to the monster as well. Moving along, this is the bread and butter, baby. We're using the shadow imbuement, and the shadow is cool because it makes the enemy explode, and when they explode, it does more damage to everything else. And when I go all the way, what it does is it increases critical strike, but the most importantly, shadow permanent explosion makes enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds. So after I hit this twice, they explode, does big damage, and enemies are vulnerable in that second for another 2 seconds. Explode again, they do even more damage. So this thing just absolutely nukes crowds that you will be experiencing in the game. Over here it's cool because when I say I do nuke an enemy and it kills somebody else, I gain 20 energy, which gives me 20 energy. I need 5 more to hit another fury. So I gotta keep on spamming my fury when I need to in battle. Moving down here, you don't necessarily need any of these yet. This is for later part of the build, my next build. But I got Shadow Clone because I was like, why not? It's an ultimate skill, let's try it out. But this are the skills that I wouldn't recommend going towards in order to have this juicy build. Next, specializations, very, very, very important. So there's 2 options you can have in here. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you do your class specialization for rogue. You get 2 options. This one, I think level 10, level 20. Essentially keep combo points because your basic skill now generate combo points. Core skills consume combo points for additional effects. Additional effects means more damage. So if you notice earlier, when I was looking at my fury, it said combo point increases the damage grants the attack bonus. So when I use fury, not only does what it does, it increases my attacking speed, but also increases my damage as well. So for instance, when I have 1 point, I do 50% more damage, 2 points, 30%, and 3 points, 45% free extra damage. Absolutely disgusting. And this one, the modifier from the point system, and I just attack faster, which I'll show in a second. I wanted to show the armor and stuff last because it's not important right now, to be honest, because I get good stuff the next dungeon I go into, next broad I go into. I'm not getting the crazy good stuff yet, so I'm not to the point where I want to hold on to any pieces of armor yet. What I have on this one I got earlier, increases my critical strike chance against injured enemies when you're healthy. So if I'm at 80% or above my health and they're at 35% or below, I have an increased chance of doing critical hits to them. That's cool. This one is more I put my imprint. I don't want to talk about what happened with this weapon because I'm still fuming from it, but damage increases in the circle around me and deals 8% damage. Last but not least, I have another imprint out here as well. This one is good because damaging elite enemies grants you a barrier absorbing up to 540 damage for 10 seconds. This effect could be active every 30 seconds. Amazing, because in my playstyle, I'm not moving. I'm standing still going toe to toe with all the enemies. So in that situation, it gives me a shield when I'm fighting elite monsters. So this is the build. It's absolutely disgusting. Let me kind of show you like what it can do, so you can see what damage you're running into. So I got these 2 bear enemies. Boom, vulnerable. Look at that, destroyed, easy. But that's cool. But let's get to a big crowd. Okay, this is more like it. So look at that, everything's vulnerable, no problem. No problem. You're not supposed to be OP. because this enemy scale with you. The enemy scale with you, but we're able to just handle no problem. And I haven't got to my first ability yet. If I use this, look at that. That's their shadow pull up. Look at that, nuking everything. I don't even have to use it. So, and also too, hold on. Oh, we got a shadow clone with us. Oh my God. And wait, I'm supposed to be squishy. Look at my health is going up as well. My health is going up. Oh my. Are we done? Are we done? Really? Really? That's how disgusting this build is. That is how disgusting this build is. Ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely love it. Make sure you subscribe. We have more content coming up. I think I went over everything. I think I did. Just making sure if reflect, our weapons don't matter. It doesn't matter at all because I'm gonna change. Matter of fact, I just got some better stuff now. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Like I was telling you. Like I was saying. But the problem is I lose 14% damage all skills. You just get way better stuff instantly. So like it's not worth it. But that one's worse off. You see that? Because this one, I got these slots in there. So we'll hold on to that one. Sometimes the raw damage is not true, the full story. Look at that. Yeah, so went over the weapons. Don't worry about the weapons. Whenever combo points, use combo points because it's good. Oh, did you guys see how my attack speed was increasing too? Look. After after I use a combo, after I use a core skill, you have to use a core skill. Use a core skill, boom, 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 boom. And see my attack speed increasing? Allow me to do even more damage, especially in a class where my DPS comes with how much attack I'm doing. How fast I can attack is important. Also too, look, I didn't even talk about this. And I also have my piercing shot as well in there. Piercing shots in there is good. So that in case I get in a situation, boom, easy, boom. If I'm in trouble, I can utilize that. But this is how I'm gonna play the game and continue to refine this build even more because it's just absolutely disgusting. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Join us on our Diablo 4 journey. We're gonna have lots of rogue videos coming out, lots of content. Stay smooth till next time. Dear gamers, signing out.